Hello everybody and welcome back for more Let's Play Super Mario Sunshine. In the last episode, we got done with Bianco Hills at long last, but we're going to go back to it to save the worst for last for the one thing I do not want to mention whatsoever, and why am I talking like that? I don't know, but it actually goes to show how absolutely dreadful it is. In this episode, we're going to go to our next area that's located under this this black goo that's smoking out. Which means that we have, of course, another part of Piranha. So, you know, as usual, just, same thing as before, just watch out for those Googles right here. Alright, come on, open wide. Down the hatch. Come on, water's good for you. Because as a matter of fact, you're made of paint, and therefore, this kind of paint is bad. I mean, paint can be used for art and all that, but not this kind of art. So therefore, you have to have water here so you can dissolve. Come on. Oh yeah, just like I said, watch out for them. Alright, so, you thought this would be done here. I mean, it kind of looks like we are, but the music's still playing. Guess what, folks? This guy has a second phase here. Yeah, you're going to run into some part of Piranhas that will have not one, but two phases. But difficulty doesn't change at all. It's literally the same. Just, wait till it opens his mouth and just squirt water. God damn, these guys are huge. Like, these are actually probably the biggest ones I've encountered. Alright, so that's done, and out pops a boathouse. Or an emergency boathouse, not so much pop here. We have a level here, but also, if we actually go inside here, we just go in here, and here we go. You!
Welcome. I suppose you're here for that, hmm? Yes, very good. That means I will require 10 blue coins from you. What's this? Not even 10 coins? Then you get nothing. I can't drop my prices that low. That would be madness. You'll have to come back again, I'm afraid. See you later.
Okay. These assholes right here. So, this is actually the whole point of the blue coins. Yeah, the blue coins in this game are their currency. And so what you have to do is that if you collect up to 10 blue coins and you have to give those to him, or to those two, they'll give you a prize. What kind of prize is it, you may ask? Take a guess. A Shine Sprite. Yes, they're selling Shine Sprites. One more time. They're selling Shine Sprites. And I had to ask, why? What the fuck? Why? Why are you selling Shine Sprites? Those are the energy source for Isle Delfino. They're the way to sustain life for the Piantas. The very things that Mario's tasked with collecting. Without the Shine Sprites, it's going to be covered in perpetual darkness. The Piantas will never continue to thrive. And you're fucking selling them at the black market! You motherfuckers! Why did I get arrested, but not you guys? You assholes did not even get arrested. They didn't even bother to arrest those two. You're selling those like fucking drugs. Why? Why? You don't deserve anything. Not even blue coins. I'm not giving you anything. Fuck you guys. Fucking Tom Nook rip-offs from Animal Crossing. Anyway, so yeah, that's the whole gist of the blue coins. Just say collect 10 of those and then that's how you get them. Like I said, I'm not gonna get those just yet because the blue coins suck dick. They're the worst part of Mario Sunshine, without a doubt, very much so. So again, I'm gonna save the worst for last. So just wait till then. Ugh. Alright, so now that's out of the way, we have a new level for us. This is Ricco Harbor. Ricco Harbor, it's very platform heavy, especially you have these these girders up here. You also have the screens they can do. You also see some rotating screens where you just round pound, then the Mario will actually start grabbing onto them. Or if you actually grab onto the screens, then you just press B to turn them around, and then Mario just climb them like walls. Now, our first mission here is Gooper Blooper breaks out. These are some new enemies, well, some returning enemies, of course, the bloopers, and they don't look the same as they ever did. They have mouths on them. So anyway, so we see the style go right here. That's out of this metal crates. Can we bring it out? Oh, hello. And oh, we got blacking all over your face. I guess it's probably what Splatoon would have looked like, but maybe having blacking would have been too graphic, so that's why they opted for the colors instead in Splatoon. So anyways, so now we have another boss fight. This is Gooper Blooper. Here's the whole gist of this here. We have to do, you can actually, oh god, what you do, you can actually spray water in his face, and then he'll attack you with all his tentacles at once. And what you have to do, you have to jump on one of the tentacles, or any one of those, but just you can grab one of them, and then you can pull them out, and then, well, Mario can actually grab them. Mario, come on, grab him. Okay, well, yeah, that's the whole strategy we had to do, the whole object of this. So, yeah, if I can actually have Mario grab one of those tentacles here, come on. Oh, there we go. So just pull it out just by pushing the angle 1 second. My God, look at this. That's fucking graphic as hell. The way that tentacle is just flailing violently on this here, and just the way Mario pulls it out, and God, that's gonna be fucking painful. Holy shit, that's in a Mario game no less, and they actually just made some kind of like things that look very graphic. Holy shit, that's hardcore, man. I mean, you're gonna see a bunch of times too, like well, actually something even worse too. Ugh. Yeah, just that's literally what they make you do. Just follow the tentacles, and then you just see it flailing about, and then hear the slapping noises from the tentacle itself. And God, that is first of all gross, and that's like I said, graphic, very graphic indeed. It's gotta be gruesome. That's gotta probably one of the most unpleasant experiences that a giant squid would ever have. God damn. Ugh. Honestly, though, I mean, thank God Splatoon doesn't even have any of that stuff, though. I mean, the only things they ever do in terms of, well, violence is just, using projectiles or some melee weapons or, well, rollers in that case, but, but mostly, like, ink guns and all that, and, that's just what they do for activities and all that. Or just, or use that for, just stopping the Octarian army, so, yeah, that's all I gotta do. Not this shit, though. God damn. Like, what the hell? Mario game, no less. Alright, so after you rid off all the tentacles, you just actually square and get distracted. And then you have to pull the mouth out. Yes, that's right. You're pulling the mouth. God damn. Look at this. You actually hear him just wincing in pain, too. Fucking hey, man. That's... My God. That is not a very pleasant experience for that, for that boss there. Holy shit. Look how extreme it is. Alright, so yeah, now he has second phase 2, and so yeah, just do the same thing as well. He doesn't have his squirt on him anymore, though. But he does, yeah, he has that black ink that's just squirted out, which, I guess could also be graphic too, because, because in real life, that's how squids or octopuses do. They have black ink. But, shit, what else was I gonna say? I was gonna say something else about, oh, yeah, that's right. So yeah, another thing about this boss fight is that you don't necessarily have to pull all the tentacles per se. Though you can actually just go straight to the mouth, but it probably is recommended to actually get rid of all the tentacles first, so that way you'll have an easier time trying to get to the mouth. Because while a Gooper Blooper does have his tentacles, then he'll try to defend himself, just by swatting away back at you, which actually causes Mario to take damage. So yeah, that's probably the safest way to have to go for, when it comes to this boss fight. But yeah, just repeat the whole process, and then you should be good to go. Yeah. I think to those people who actually, seafood enthusiasts, and they actually would probably enjoy some calamari. You probably just don't want to go over that again. I mean, right now, I like calamari too. Well, fried calamari that is, so that's always a good one. Where they just give that as an appetizer, and then they bring you some lemon to spread the juice on. That's always great. Fried calamari is especially great with lemon. I think my very first time just having that there, just fried calamari. I think it was over at Longhorn Steakhouse when they had that as appetizer. All right. Anyways, so that's that. And oh god, I almost went to the sun. Now that probably would have been fried calamari, or I don't know, maybe a fried squid, just getting launched to the sun. Cause holy shit, I almost thought that would have done it here, but no, just launch it to the water. So anyway, that was it for the boss fight. So yeah, that was. Ugh. Again, this game is rated E for everyone. It is an E-rated game, and they have shit like that. Just doing this boss fight in probably the most unpleasant way possible. Alright, but now we got our first shiny sprite in Ricco Harbor, and so there's more goop over there. But that actually leads to the next level, which we're not going to do just yet, though. So that's like an early precursor to the next level. But again, we're not going to go there just yet, though, because we literally just started Ricco Harbor, and so I do want to get most of those shiny sprites done and over with. So anyways, back in we go. Alright, so for this next mission right here, we have Blooper Surfing Safari. Ugh, God. Not this mission. Well, I mean, it's not It's not the hardest server is, though, but there's also the controls with blooper surfing, which is actually a new mechanic that's part of this game right here, is the blooper surfing. So, here's the thing about it here. Blooper surfing, you know, it feels fun, you know, when you're controlling it. The mission itself, though, not fun. So, we have 3 different types of the bloopers here. We have, like, you know, different colors. So, the pink ones we have here are the fastest ones, but they have the worst handling. The other ones, like in the middle, though, like, you know, they can be just as fast, but, you know, have a bit of a, you know, a middle part of handling. The green blooper is the slowest one, but actually has the best handling there is, though. So I do want to start with the green blooper, because, you know, just so that way there, I would actually be able to handle it better. Whenever you're on a blooper, then, or just blooper surfing, it automatically goes forward, though, but if you push forward on the analog stick, then you actually get a boost of speed. So we're going to go in here, and this here is a blooper race. It's actually right within the sewers, and, you know, just big enough to actually host these blooper races. So yeah, that's actually right here, so just pick one of the bloopers right here. And we have this whole course to go through the blooper surfing. So what it is here is that you want to get to from the start line all the way to the finish line, which is actually back over to where the start line loops. And for this mission, you actually have to do this under a certain time. So basically what you have to do is that you have to get to this in under 40 seconds. So if you actually go over 40 seconds, then then that's a fail, and you're actually booted right out of the course. You don't lose a life, thankfully, though, but you are kicked right out of the course, and you have to go back in all the way over again, which is honestly dickish, you ask me, and it's one thing I absolutely hate about Sunshine. Now, one thing you want to be careful for is that you see these obstacles are in the way. If Mario runs into them, then he loses a life. It's instant kill. Yeah, I'm not even joking. Like, instead of just, you know, Mario simply getting knocked out into the water and, you know, having to do this all over again. Actually, let me interrupt myself right there. You, sir, have a shine sprite, too. Why are you holding on to it? Like, why didn't you just hand it over to the police? Why? Sir, what the fuck is your problem? You're holding on to a shine sprite. The things that the Piazzas need, otherwise it's Isle Delfino is going to be covered in perpetual darkness and they'll never thrive. And you're holding on to it and using it as ransom as a prize for winning the race. Instead, just hand it over to the fucking police. Holy fuck, people! What is wrong with you? Oh my god! What the fuck is up with these people? Ah, why? Fuck the Piazzas. Fuck them all. I hate Piazzas. I hate them so much. I hate everyone here. Ugh. I hate everything too. I hate this boat. I hate the bloopers. I hate this platform. I hate this crane here. Okay, no, I hate the spider that's right across the wall. I hate everything. I hate this water. Okay, no, just kidding. I actually love the water. You know, speaking of the water, though, can I just say... Oh, sorry, I just swallowed there. Can I just say, the water in this game actually looks so beautiful. Like, you know, especially on the GameCube. I still think it is to this day, though. Like, you know, just see the water here. It is, you know, without a doubt, the best-looking water in any Mario games. And maybe Galaxy, actually, it does good here. But the water looks so majestic here in this game. It really does. And, you know, especially, you know, one of the earlier GameCube titles, and they do such a fantastic job. It looks so beautiful. And, you know, just aside from the fact that this the game's graphics are beautiful too. So, anyway, I'm sorry, folks. You know, all that ranting aside for all this right here. So, so yeah, the whole blooper surfing safari. Yeah, like I said, if you actually yeah, get this under 40 seconds, then you get a shine sprite. And by the way, folks, so we have to do this again. So yeah, we're gonna have to come back to the blooper surfing safari, and we have to beat this in under a faster time. But that's gonna be like in the next episode, though. So that'll just be for... Oh, you motherfucker! Oh, that's fucking Cyclos. Oh, I swear to fucking God. Anyway, so yeah, the mission is called the Cage Shine Sprite, and so there's a Shine Sprite that's actually inside the cage there, and so you have to go across these platforms on these beams here. So they can be pretty tight, especially if you have these bloopers to deal with, and so you want to make sure to have some good platforming maneuver skills. But you want to watch out for those goddamn Cyclos here. Ugh. I fucking hate those so much. I really do. Ugh. Yeah, you want to watch out for them too. As soon as they start to make a beeline for Mario, that's when you want to jump. And trust me, guys, I literally jumped right there, and Mario still got hit. And I got knocked off all the way down. That's got to be the worst thing that's ever going to happen. You want to make sure to not get knocked all the way down because yeah, that's probably going to be one of those pain in the ass things about it. The platforms are already tight to begin with. So yeah, just jump as soon as they start coming towards Mario, and then you'll be able to avoid them easily. And then all you gotta do is just, you know, continue around those beams. There's quite a lot of pathways to go for when you're on here, so... But yeah, that's kind of like the whole thing about Ricco Harbor, is that, you know, it's very platform heavy, so, you know, you just want to make sure you got enough good practice on these platforming skills they have here, and also to utilize FLUDD as much as you can, too. But we're almost at our destination, so that's where that Shine Sprite's supposed to be, all the way down there. And you can also grab out just to avoid fall damage. Yeah, they actually still have the whole thing from Mario 64, where if you, to avoid taking fall damage, then you just grab pound right before you hit the ground, and then they won't really take damage. So, yeah, you want to make sure to use that as well. So, anyways, last but not least is the Secret Ricco Tower. So, of course, you know, it has secret in the name. It's, you know, it's a secret course, so... yeah, going back a bit on the, with those obstacles, then, yeah. That's another thing I also wanted to, that I absolutely hate about Sunshine, is that, you know, that, you know, whenever, like, if you actually, go over the time limit, then, you know, you actually boot all the way back out instead of, you know, they could have just, you know, if you actually fail this mission, they could have just at least have you restart from the course itself. And, you know, and that's what they would have done. I believe Galaxy at least does that too, so that's thankful, though. But no, they don't do it in this case, because, you know, if you actually fail this one, then Mario's booted all the way back out from the world itself, back to Delfino Plaza, and he has to go back in and go back all the way over again. So that's actually one of the biggest negatives I have about Sunshine because of it. Because, like, I don't know, that's you know, not a good design choice there. And yeah, also the obstacles, and yeah, like I said, it's an instant kill instead of Mario getting knocked out and just having to start again. So yeah, that's an instant kill, you lose a life. And yeah, that's another thing I hate about it. And yeah, so we had to do. I actually tried to get to that platform by using FLUDD, but I couldn't make it, so I had to use a wall jump. And the wall jump's a little more angled because, well, in this game, unlike from Mario 64. But thankfully, once again, they fixed it in Galaxy, though. Another reason why Galaxy is so much better. So, anyway, so here's the next platforming challenge. We have these rotating platforms we have to get across, and you want to be careful because you don't want to slide off here. By the way, folks, to jump the gun ahead here once again, they actually bring this back in Super Mario Galaxy 2 for, well, in the post-game at least, so, I know, kind of spoiler here because we haven't gotten to that game yet, though, but that's one thing I do want to talk about. At least there's this flavor here, so yeah, this can be very nerve-wracking. Well, as a matter of fact, I know almost all of the platform challenges are very much anxiety-inducing. Trust me, it is. You know, the whole thing speaks for itself. But, you know, at least there's all these extra lives here, too, so. But yeah. Yeah, I was going to go back a bit, you know, how absolutely punishing this game can be, you know, whenever you lose some certain challenges, and, you know, you're definitely given the biggest penalties there ever could be, you know, with either getting booted back out, or, you know, just failing a certain mission, then Mario actually loses a life, and he gets so dramatic about it. Yeah, the biggest penalties and all of that here, and I guess it goes to show how much of a sore loser Mario is. Actually, speaking of which here, can I just say, though, the GameCube era, you know, in itself, it's got to be, you know, such a bizarre time for the Mario characters, you know, because let's just say the personalities of Mario and the other characters are quirky, to say the least, in the GameCube era. And, oh, yeah, I almost died there. And, you know, and they can be so dramatic when it comes to losers. Like, you know, take Mario Golf Toadstool Tour, for example. Like, whenever they get, like, a double bogey, they get some of the most over-dramatic animations of all time. Here's a little video or clip itself to it for a good example. So, yeah, it's so bizarre here. I don't know, the GameCube era is weird for Mario, so. Anyway, so look at that here, folks. I do want to say here, this is actually my first attempt. Yeah, I'm not even kidding. I didn't even die at this one here. That was actually, that was my very first attempt for this platforming challenge. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's maybe skills improved or, you know, maybe, well, there were a couple of close calls, though, because, you know, I almost fell off and I got very nervous, though, but thankfully I didn't die in this one here, so I got this all on my first attempt, so, yeah, it was actually impressive, I gotta say. There's a little bit of light that kind of shined over to this section here, so that's good. Anyway, so yeah, that's it for the first half of Ricco Harbor, and so next time on Let's Play Super Mario Sunshine, we're going to go back in and do the other half, There might be some stops we have to do, though, but that's to be explained, you know, in that kind of episode. So, anyways, until next time, I'll see you guys later.